Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. This is Martina and I'm very happy to share with you this handful of joy. That's my latest journal and it has been inspired by the fairy theme. So I did already one fairy journal and I had so much fun and I really love to step into this magic world that I thought, let's do another one, and that's it. So her name is When Fairies Dream. And when fairies dream, then they dream about pretty things. And I hope that this journal really conveys the beauty and the prettiness of different things. Let's start with explaining a little bit about the cover. You can see it has been made by various layers of laces. Vintage laces, newer laces, doilies, some coffee dyed things. I really added layers upon layers, and I also added some lace on the edge. And on the front cover I added two layers of lace and a vintage doily. So it's really very opulent and very richly decorated. And this is something which you will also find in this journal, and you will see. And you also can get it because it's available in my Etsy shop. And before I forget, because I usually forget, if you like what you see, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I would really love to hear from you, and subscribe if you don't have done so far. So, this little cutie, When Fairies Dream, has some specialties on the cover, inside as well, but on the cover some specialties. So you see this pretty bow, and this pretty bow I made by using my self-dyed lace. It's dyed with watercolor, so it gives this nice tones. And I have added this picture of a pretty fairy, but this pretty fairy can be removed, and I'm going to do now, and I'm explaining a little bit more, because you can unbow. I don't know if this word does exist, but you can open the bow and take it off, because what I did is, when making this picture, when preparing this picture, using some digital paper and a paper frame, which I have further decorated with some gold flakes, I have glued it on this vintage, very delicate vintage doily. And as this doily has exactly the right shape and form, it also has these holes over there, because there are these holes around it. And these holes you can easily use, and this is what I did, to attach it to this journal. But I thought not everyone likes it that way, therefore it's removable. I could have glued it on or sewn it on, but I thought it's movable. And it's movable because it's put on with this bow. So you can take it off if you don't like it. You can make a bow naked, or you can hang or put something on the bow to further decorate. So it's completely up to you. It's really versatile, and by not adding anything, you have a look on this really pretty cover from the front side as well. Here I have added a nice applique. And this nice applique also carries a secret, because it's a little, very small pocket, and in this pocket there is a little tag. So I have, everything is sewn except for the applique. The applique is glued, and I did it in a way that it forms a pocket. So you can add something like this, or nothing, whatever you wish. I give you the dimensions now of this pretty When Fairies Dream journal. She measures in centimeters 15 times 9.5 times 3 centimeters, and in inches this means 6, 3.5 and 1.25. She is small, but she is fat. Yeah, you will see. And as usual, I couldn't stop decorating. And what I'm going to do now, as I did in one of my previous journals, I will take off each and every tag and journaling card, put it aside, so that at the end of the video you can see how slim she can get. So, she is closed with a pretty pink sari silk ribbon, and I did it because I wanted to give a little bit more color to it. You know, the colors here are muted. It's light pink, it's rose, it's beige, it's white, but I wanted to have something more pinky, and there will be some pink in this journal as well. But overall, the colors are, let's say, gentle. And of course, there are many fairies inside. 3 signatures, more than 120 pages, only counting the bigger ones, but back and front page. So, opening it, you can see on the right hand side the first fairy, and I think she is in a dreamy state of mind. Don't you think so? She looks like that. But on the left hand side there is a flip out with a nice butterfly, and inside there are in total 4 tags with different flower motifs, because of course fairies do not go without flowers, and a little applique with some rhinestones, and this stems from a vintage sari. So as I said, I take off all the tags and journaling cards, so that you can see that how slim she can get. On the right hand side, as I said, picture of a first fairy, and she has been decorated with some lace in pink, which I have colored. It was white and I colored it, I think, with red wine. So I hope you don't mind. So the first signature I have closed with a lace ribbon, because I thought it's a nice add-on, and it also gave me the opportunity to add on this very little key just as an ornament. So here you see half a paper doily which has been turned into a side tuck, and in this side tuck there is another fairy, and the fairy comes in a round shape. Here I have added some lace. There is a lot of lace and ribbons throughout the pages, so I added almost every page. I decorated almost every page. On this next side you see some nice paper with its craft paper, and it has this pink ornaments in rose motifs. On the back side I've made a pocket out of it. There's another fairy, and these are the fairies in a vintage style, and they are so cute, so I couldn't resist. I did also a lot of stamping and stenciling. Here you see some flowers, and I don't know the name in English. In German it's called Löwenzahn or Pusteblumen. Okay, so this paper doily I have turned into a side pocket as well, and I have attached one of my self-created tags. You can see it's embossed, and it's done with some distress oxide and inks and some stenciling and stamping. And I put this aside. I've also used some specialty papers here, like this one with some nice ornaments. Blank pages are there as well, in order to allow the future owner of this journal to write on it. So as I said, it's available in my Etsy shop. Here I have some stamping as well, some nice paper stenciled. Another tag with this pretty butterflies, which is also attached with a paper clip. And I have made some ruffles on the edge. And I have decorated the paper clip with some nice button. Coffee dyed stenciling. I've colored this page with some red, pink colors and used a stencil, so I have this kind of a mandala picture. Nice birds on the front and the back side. I've added some fabric leaves on top of this lace, some special paper here, lace on pink paper, This is the center of the first signature. And in the center I have added some pretty special paper and also another paper doily, which in the middle also, in the middle I have glued on the picture of one of these vintage fairies. And what I also did is I have decorated the thread of each signature with some beads and some paper beads, which I did. You can see it here, and it hangs down. And of course, if you don't like it as the future owner, you can cut it or leave it aside or whatever. So very versatile. I've turned the right side of this specialty paper into a side pocket, and I have added some leaflet with some flowers, or yeah, some flowers. So put it like this. Oh no, I want to put it aside. Did I? Okay, so okay, so on the next page another fairy, and this fairy is, yeah, she wears a kind of a, I don't know, is it a hat or is it whatever it is, but it looks very pretty, and there are also some nice birds around her. Stamping with a fairy, and this is a side pocket, and this is the side pockets which you can open like this. And in this side pocket there is Lady of the Woods, and that's her. So, and she carries these fabric leaves. So there's another stenciling, and this is a sticker with some nice roses, again stenciling. And of course there are not only fairies in this journal, but there are also magical animals, and of course it doesn't go without a unicorn. And I have also beautified it a little bit more by adding some gold wax around it. So all of the tags, or almost all of the tags, are being sewn around. Again, also some little fairy tags. And this pocket has been decorated with lace. It's the same lace like you can find here on the edge. This is the specialty paper again, lace over here. Another side pocket made out of vellum, and a very pretty little deer. And another fairy. And another fairy. And this fairy also carries some lace on the edge, on the top. Nice pocket. And this is the same side tag as we have seen on the front page, and it carries the picture of two birds. And this is the end of signature number 1. So, and also on the back side there's another fairy, and this fairy also is in a quite dreamy state, I guess, when fairies dream. Now we come to number 2. And I've decorated the front cover of number 2 with 2 layers of lace, one cotton lace and another, I don't know what the fabric is, but it looks nice. And this paper I also love because it's also pretty from the back side. And the back side it has some light violet flowers, and I have added the picture of a fairy, guess why, inside a frame onto it. That's nice paper here with some rose motifs and some cutouts. I made some ruffles. Of course I made ruffles. Those of you who have watched some of my other videos will know that it doesn't work without ruffles. So I ruffled some kind of burlap fabric which has some rose motifs. And on the back side of it there's another fairy. And another tag. Yeah, fairies over fairies. And there's another movable fairy, because I have added the picture of 2 fairies on this very pretty trim with roses. And I have attached this trim to a paper clip, so you can use it wherever you want. And in order not to tear the page, I have attached it to this little card, which I have further decorated with with a picture sticker of a fairy. This is some light vellum. Another flip out with a fairy house, I guess. Probably they live there, I don't know. One of my self-created tags from embossing. I'm going to do in one of my next videos, or maybe as an add-on to one of my next videos, a very short tutorial about how to make these kind of tags. Some of you have asked me to do it, and I will try my best. I cannot promise that it will be perfect, but I will try my best. So, and here you see another nice picture, and of course this is also a pocket, and inside this pocket another very romantic fairy. So this is lace. This is some nice paper to give it another more vibrant look. Again, coffee dyed stenciled, coffee stenciled paper. Another paper doily with a fairy. And here this is a side pocket, and in this side pocket, of course, there is another fairy, and this comes in the style of Alphonse Mucha. It's not I think it's not an Alphonse Mucha design, but it comes in this style. And here this pretty daisy lace or trim, which I love to use from time to time. It's so nice, it's so cute. On the back side, another pocket. A rose, another bigger journaling card with a butterfly, and I've backed it with some really green paper. So this is also coffee dyed cotton fabric. This is the center spot, and the center spot has been created by some nice paper in a very nice motif in green tones. And as I mentioned before, I also have decorated this one, and it comes with one of my paper beads and a fairy or an angel, so it depends. So it's a little girl with wings, whatever you wish. Lace again. And here this is a flip up, and this flip up is made from vellum, which I have dyed a little bit with watercolors, so it has this pastel colors, pastel dyes, and I added some lace, and I've also created, I couldn't resist, I have to admit, I also created a very tiny pocket, and in this tiny pocket there is a tiny tag. And you can flip this up. There is another fairy, and in this fairy, which is also a pocket, behind it you find another fairy house. Yeah, this is silk ruffles. Yeah, so this is silk ruffles from sari silk, and here you see another stamp of a fairy. It's so cute, and stenciling on the opposite side. Double pocket over here with some autumn leaf and a mushroom, and I have created this double belly band. So this one is from this fabric, which I love to use because it allows to see through, and you also have this one over here. Stamping some mushrooms, lace, another dreamy fairy. She's pretty, isn't she? And I have also waxed with some gold wax around this picture so that it's even more nice. When you open it, you see another pocket over here, and this is William Morris design. And this is a little belly band with two birds, cute little birds. Yeah, it's overly sweet. I think this journal is sweet. It's cute, it's sweet. It's so, if you don't like this kind of a style, of course, you wouldn't be watching any longer anyway. You would have stopped already after some seconds probably. So this is another fairy, as you can see, in pink. This is some paper ruffles. I think it matches very nicely because of this color scheme. And on the back side, my beloved butterflies, which I die cut out of the decoupaged technique, which I'm going to explain, as I said, in one of my next videos in a short way. So it forms a pocket, and inside this butterfly, tiny journaling cards. So this is again this pretty paper, and what you see here on this page over there is a paper clip which I have created by fabric cluster and adding this very nice little butterfly over there, which I have further enhanced by adding some nail polish on it, some glittery nail polish, because I didn't like the colors that much, but now I think it's really pretty. So you can see it's like this, you can add it. And here, which there's also a belly band, so you could attach it like that. That's of course one of the envelopes which I love to do, and I love to form them, to fold them, to decorate them, and I have used some pretty cotton, and this cotton is the same cotton which you can also see here on the between the different signatures, which I've used to attach the signatures. And inside there's also cotton here, and it's backed with some old paper, old book paper, and inside there's another fairy. So we are already at the last signature number 3, and it opens to the view on a dragonfly. And I've forgotten something, but I'm going to show you, because what you don't see yet, but what you are going to see now, is this is a pocket, and I will add something, a tag or a journaling card, into this pocket, and it would look like this. Isn't this cute? I have too many pockets in this journal, and this is very nice lace trim. Picture to a very romantic plant view. Some pretty lace over here on coffee and color-dyed paper. This is a sticker of a fairy, some special paper here, another fairy. It says Fairy Wishes. Here I have created a pocket from a doily, one of the doilies which I've used to form the cover. And I've sewn it on some cotton so that you can easily stick on, and I think behind it, no I didn't, you can easily stick behind it journaling cards like this one. This is a castle, so maybe fairies also live in castles, not only in these wooden tree houses, you never know. And again, one of those really, really pretty dreamy butterflies. Some vellum paper with this rose, lace ruffle, some washi tape, and this really, really romantic white deer. Pretty. Edith Holden, coffee dyed, pink fairy on pink paper or pink colored paper. Another side pocket in a form of a circle, and my beloved preferred fairy picture. I mentioned it several times already. I love this so much, so it comes in every fairy journal. And a little tag. Old book paper, some more ruffles, some more fairies, some special paper, another fairy over here, lace, pink, and again the center has been decorated with some beads like this one. Unicorn, and the unicorn carries one of the decoupaged tags. There is another side pocket, normal pocket, and another fairy who appears to be dreaming as well, looking on a lake or so. Edith Holden again. So this is just another decoration over there. A little hedgehog, I guess. 2 tags in this double pocket with some flower motifs. Vellum. This is stamping on some coffee dyed paper. Special paper. Silk waffle, sari silk waffle. The end. And that's the last fairy, and the fairy is also very dreamy. So have a look. This is how she looks. I think I'm off video. This is how she looks. What do you think? Isn't she cute? So she's available in my Etsy shop. Have a look, and I hope to see you soon. And I have some ideas, and I hope to see you whenever I do this very little tutorial, my first tutorial on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching. Thanks. Bye bye. Have a good day.